Well, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
How is everybody on this kind of a gray day? But that's good. Every day is good. Whether the sun is shining and we see it, it's always shining. Am I right? Yes. Well, we are the Center for Spiritual Living, West Georgia, and we are here in Douglasville, Georgia. And we're happy to see all our smiling faces here in our center this morning and all of you that have joined us online. Last week, we had people from around the world, all the way from Kenya last week. So please join us from wherever you are. You are welcome. And this morning, our opening meditation will be done by Cheryl.
Good morning. And this is a time, is this working?
Is she on? There you go.
This is a
There
time
you
where
go.
we're all going to just get centered. So you may want to just gently close your eyes and start to take some deep breaths. And as we do, we're just going to relax our bodies and let them go. So let's start with the head and just gently relax all the little muscles around the eyes and the cheeks, the mouth. And we feel that relaxation in our scalp going down the neck and through the shoulders. We just let the shoulders go. And we just keep taking those deep breaths. And each time, letting go more and more. We feel this relaxation going down through the shoulders into the arms and down into the torso as we just relax. And again, we're conscious of the eyes, the face, the neck, the torso. We feel ourselves gently seated. And this relaxation goes down through the whole body, the legs, into the feet, and out. And as we continue to breathe deeply, we just begin to focus on that third eye, that single eye in the forehead, between the eyes and a little bit above. And as we let go, we focus there on our inner peace. We just let go. And if our mind begins to wander, we just come back to this place of peace. And here in this inner space, we surrender. This is a place of total peace, of total love, of bliss. And here we surrender all our cares to divine order. For although we may not see it, all is in divine order. And so as we go forward this week, let us know that we can always come here in the twinkling of an eye. We can come to this center, our true selves. And so now we just gently begin to come back into this time and space, feeling a sense of joy and peace as we go forward this week. And so as we breathe deeply, we come back. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Cheryl.
Oh, I never want to come back when Cheryl is done. Beautiful. For those of us who were here last week, we really got to have a wonderful, wonderful time learning all about meditation. And today was just took us further into it. So thank you, Cheryl. It was just beautiful as always. Now, if you would all join us on our vision and mission statement, I'd love for you all to stand and read with me. CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. And our declaration of principles, I believe there is one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now, and I rejoice in it, and so it is.
Good morning, everybody. Remain standing and sing with me. Take a little love and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little love and pass it on. How about a smile? Take a little smile and pass it on. Take a little smile and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little smile and pass it on. How about a hug? Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Keep hugging. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. But keep hugging. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Keep hugging. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little hug and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little hug and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little love and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. Take a little love and pass it on. And before you know it, the world is gonna show it. Take a little love and pass it on.
Oh, I know. We don't want
We're
to
gonna stop
either,
hugging.
do we?
Shauna wants to hug all the time.
Everybody get comfy. We have a wonderful reading this morning by our own Marcia Moore.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's very low. Yeah. Good morning.
It's not for tall peoples, is it?
Yeah. All right. I am going to read to you from the book called Bright Dawn, Discovering Your Everyday Spirituality, and it's written by S.K. Kobose. And this is from the chapter called Darkness. It says, my bedroom is still dark. The edges of the window curtains are dimly illuminated by light from the street. It is quiet in the special way that an early morning is quiet. A one-eyed glance toward the headboard, the clock's red numbers glow 5:15 a.m. I lie in that not quite asleep state. And in the dark room, a thought comes floating through my mind. Spiritual journeys always start in darkness. I recall a saying, in a dark time, the eye begins to see. Just as the physical eye opens wider in the dark, wisdom's eyes begin to open under the adversity of hard times. Remembering the depression of my youth when I felt a heavy meaningless of life, there were many mornings when I thought, why get out of bed? Is there anything to look forward to today? Everything paled next to the deep darkness of my own existential abyss. Trying to climb out from the bottom of a dark abyss is a daunting task. In Buddhist literature, there's a story of a worm trapped inside a tall bamboo stalk. The worm climbs upward but encounters a solid joint in the bamboo stalk. He eats his way through and continues to climb upward. There seems to be no other way to freedom than to continue climbing upward, eating his way through the many joints in the stalk. As strong and determined as the worm is, the bamboo stalk is very tall, and there's still a long way to go. The worm gets tired and has to rest in the darkness. For the first time, he notices a small light coming through a tiny crack in the wall of the bamboo. He chews through the side of the bamboo, and in an instant, he is free. One part of this story has to do with darkness. The presence of darkness is so obvious that it is usually would not be emphasized, but actually it is the darkness that enables the worm to notice the small ray of light. In applying the story to spirituality, a spiritual journey can be expressed as moving from darkness towards light, that is, from ignorance to wisdom. And although light or wisdom is important, darkness or ignorance is also important. The first step towards wisdom is to realize that one is ignorant. Thus, wisdom is not separate from ignorance. The two are intimately connected. Stars are seen because the night sky is dark. Not only that, but as the sky gets darker, even more stars can be seen. The spiritual journey is to look deeper and deeper within oneself. Realizing darkness within oneself is the beginning of one's enlightenment. Each one of us has dark qualities that may not be obvious. It is not so much that we hide these qualities from others, but that we are not fully aware of them ourselves. Spiritual growth requires the prerequisite of introspection. We need to look carefully and honestly examine our own basic ignorance, greed, anger, and other aspects of our own selves that we rarely clearly see. Looking within is the key. The journey indeed begins in the darkness. Thank you.
Thank you, Marsha. I have a song for you. Okay. Did you turn the music on? This song. Hey, is my microphone on? Okay, thank you. We got it all together now. Reverend Bronte and I decided this song fit with her message this morning. And it's dedicated to BJ and to Pamela. Thank you for coming this morning. They came from Athens. Listen to the music of the earth. 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 Let it sing to you. Stop. And in the pause, turn the chaos down. Focus on this moment here. Let time slow down. Walk among the trees, see them grow. Reach out to the wind, feel it blow. Feel the earth below, hear the water flow. This is your song too. See the earth through fairy eyes and be born with each sunrise. Let ego self slip away and celebrate the gift of today. Listen to the music of the earth. Listen to the music of the earth. Relax, just let go. There's beauty all around. Just focus on this moment here. Let time slow down. See the sun up in the sky. See the clouds floating by. Taste the ocean blue and let the waves sing to you. This is your song too. See the earth through fairy eyes sunrise with the innocence of child. Let your soul be free and wild. Listen to the music of the earth. 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 Just listen to the music of the earth. Listen to the music of the earth. Listen to the music of the earth. Let it sing to you.
Thank you as always, Cynthia. It was just beautiful. She and Reverend Bronte collaborate well, don't they? Well, we have another treat today. Thank goodness. We are delighted to welcome back again Reverend Bronte up from Athens. So please give her a warm welcome. Thank you, Reverend Bronte.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you all. I'm so glad to see everybody. How awesome. Oh, and what wonderful messages so far. Thank you for that beautiful meditation, Cheryl, and for that wonderful reading, Sharon. That little bit of light in the darkness. And isn't that really so much what life is about sometimes, you know? How would we note that light if we didn't have the shadow perhaps near us? Not all the time, hopefully, but perhaps some of the time. Well, I had a totally different talk prepared and then I changed everything yesterday. So, because we can, right? Okay. So today the title stayed the same. Today we are going to think about, if you will, and if you choose, that every step we take is sacred. Every step we take is sacred. Walking in this world is sacred. Every step we take is sacred. What might we learn from legend, intention, love, and the conscious awareness of our own light? Because the other thing about the darkness is that when there is darkness or things in the world that perhaps we aren't appreciating or don't see any light in them at all, we are the light workers. We are the light carriers into those shadowy and dark spaces. I was watching a Lee Harris energy update for the whole year. I follow Lee Harris. He does amazing intuitive work. And he was saying, you know, even when the times are dark, remember you're light workers. We are light workers. How do you get that degree? Just by being here, just by shining your light, just by not maybe always, you know, we often have our times when we're not feeling very bright and lit up, or we're complaining or talking about what we don't want versus what we do want. But we have that inherent light in us, spirit from our own beingness that shines out into the world. Thich Nhat Hanh, beloved Vietnamese wisdom person, I think he passed about a year ago now, said this: when we walk like we are rushing, Ever been rushing when you're walking? We print anxiety and sorrow on the earth. We have to walk in a way that we only print peace and serenity on the earth. Be aware of the contact between your feet and the earth. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Kissing the earth with your feet. And you can also think the earth is kissing your feet, right? We know there's great healing energy in our earth. You ever done any earthing or grounding where you've gone outside in the sand or in the grass, barefoot best, and just stood there and allow this energy, this healing, charisma, magic almost from Mother Earth moving up and healing you? If you haven't tried that, consider doing that at some point. I was out at a walk maybe about a year ago around my neighborhood in Athens, and I hadn't done any earthing in a while because, life, no excuses really. And I was out walking, and the moon was in alignment with one of the planets, and there was a star out there too, and I was getting all these signals like, do some earthing. So I saw the grade school across the road, and I went over there, and I said, is anyone going to feel weird if I'm sitting on this bench and taking my shoes and socks off? And then I thought, why are you even asking that? And why do you care? Because you like being weird anyway. So sat on the bench, took off my shoes and socks, and I just planted myself on that grass. And I felt it, and I could feel that energy moving up through me. And we can always do that. Maybe do it in different places if you're out on a hike, or maybe just in your backyard or at the beach. There's even a movie now out called Earthing that talks about how it can be a cure for many, many things, including some cognitive supposed declines as we get older. So consider some earthing. That's one point. It is the month of Black History. When I was doing every Sunday at Unity Athens, I always said it should be every month, so I felt a little odd that everything goes into a month. But on the other hand, sometimes our Black history has not been recognized properly. So I did decide to bring one of my favorite quotes. Now, it's about Christmas, but Christmas is over, correct? Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, yeah, one is, oh, wow. Can we start planning? Where's the tree? Okay. Do you know about Howard Thurman? Reverend Howard Thurman was a mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and a friend of his father. He was a theologian, a radical nonviolence and human rights influencer. He was an author, a mystic, and founder of the very first interfaith inclusive congregation in the United States. That was out in San Francisco, and last time I checked, they were still going. The Church for the Fellowship of All Peoples. He was sometimes criticized for not doing more actively, physically involved in the civil rights movement, but he was so mystical, that was his reasoning, that he was working from the inside out and not always out there in the marches with his friend, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But he said this, the Work of Christmas poem. After Christmas. Think of that original scene in the Bible, the angels and the shepherds and the wise people. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and the princes, and I would add the wise men are home, wise people are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock, the work of Christmas begins. I get chills every time I read this. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among people, to make music in the heart. Reverend Howard Thurman. He was raised quite a bit by his grandmother because when he was 7, his father passed and his mother became the breadwinner in the family. His mother had been a slave in Florida, an enslaved person in Florida, and helped him understand so many things about life and the mystical. She always told him, "You are God's child. You are God's child. We are God's children." And he took that with him, that wisdom with him as he grew. So we're walking in this world. We're going to do something as I close out the speech, not yet. Talk. We're walking in this world, and we are going to do a prayer walk at the end. And you don't have to walk if you don't want to, if you prefer to remain seated. And if you're at home, you can think about where you might want to walk around your living room, or if you're out in the yard or in the hammock in a different climate, or another spot, or you can just sit and walk. And what we'll be doing, so I can explain this now, is just very slowly walking, maybe eyes partially closed, thinking about your feet on the earth, blessing it, kissing it, hugging it, and the earth blessing you, coming up through your feet and moving out like light. Maybe we'll have some soft music, like the music we had during meditation for that part and that part. Howard Thurman was a theologian. He was a human rights influencer. As I was reading more about him, once again, I laughed at myself a bit because the topic is walking in this world. And what did that have to do with Howard Thurman? He countered that the first order of social change was changing one's individual internal spirit. He rather gently and powerfully moved through the world, this biographer said. He gently and powerfully moved through the world in a spirit of grace, dignity, and humility. So how, when we're walking in this world and we're hearing all these things, or we are trying to make it a better place, have more equality, have more justice, have more help for those that need it, have more help perhaps for ourselves, find ourselves in conversations that don't seem to be about what we do want. I find myself in them, and I'm usually the instigator of them. How can we change? How can we shift that energy from the, I don't want that, to this is what I want. This is what I want to bring forth. And of course, it's reading beautiful passages, like Sharon read. It's by sitting in the silence, hopefully every day, even if it's for a moment, and allowing truth to rise up through you. And listening for guidance, listening for those nudges, those tweaks, those little messages that you think might not be for you, but Spirit sure seems to keep bringing it to you. It's believing in ourselves to the point that we know that we are capable of doing anything that we set our minds to. Not only as individuals, but as human consciousness. Can we create peace? Yes, we can. Can we fix everything in the world? Probably not. But can we create peace? Yes, we can. Can we watch the news and project peace into it and prayers into it so strong? Yes. We are more powerful than we usually know. Why? Because we have this light in us, because we have consciousness, and we are so blessed as a new thought, CSL, unity, further on community, to know that God is in us, the Spirit's in us, not out there somewhere judging us, saying, you're not making the heaven scene. Ooh, you were bad. You better worry about this for the rest of your life. Or you don't get along with so-and-so. It's all your fault. No. Because we know we have this God Spirit thing in us, we are capable of incredible things. The miraculous, you might say. Really, the everyday. To create good and to shine light in this world. As I was changing everything around for this talk, this popped up, and I wrote it in sort of a streaming state, maybe about a year ago. And consider doing that. If you have a question for the universe, spirit, God, whatever you call the it of it, the light, consider sitting in your meditation time with a notepad and ask questions. And then allow your hand to move, to write down the answers that are coming to you. You might be thinking it's just your thoughts, and that's fine. But it's a way, I believe, for the infinite to come to and through you and to give you something to read later. This would be good as spoken word poetry, but I can't possibly memorize it, so we're going to do that. Where are you? You are in the perfect place to be spirit walking and being in this world. Who are you? First, here's what you are not. You are not weak. You are not enough. You are not a pawn of life. You're not just an observer. You are an integral part in the making of a refreshed, reinvigorated, renewed, revolutionized, blooming with loving kindness world. You are powerful beyond measure. You have infinite strength and wisdom and energy. You have all that it takes to create a fabulous life for yourself. You already have a fabulous life? Well, then create a super fabulous life. You have the ability, just by being alive, to make the world an even better place, just by being alive. If you did nothing else, if we did nothing else than just being here, we're making the world a better place. Not that it needs to be better, but okay, I think we can make it better. Pause right now. Sense what it feels like to focus into, breathe into your heart. You might want to put your hand over it, or your heart chakra, your center, your spirit, maybe your brain or your soul, or however you see that soul, whatever part or parts in or about you that feel like spirit. Focus into that. Focus into that at home, if you will. Feel sacred and loving and connected. Focus on that. Feel the power of that. Feel the light of that. That is the you of you. That is the trueness of you. That is your inherent incredible beauty and power of you. Focus on that. And then bring it forth. And it's always available, even when we might feel unsure or uncertain, to know that we are the light of the world. And not just us, because we're sitting in this sacred space, thinking about sacred things and acknowledging the sacredness of us, but others too. But it helps when we focus on us to see it in others too. You are the light of the world. It's okay to feel very, very good about it. Very good. Whisper thank you, maybe. And yes, let that light shine. You can move mountains with your faith. You move hearts with your love. You move the evolution of human consciousness by being the truth and love and consciousness that you are. That we are. Where we are. Who you are, and through you. Like a dream, like what you're dreaming, like what you're imagining at your highest levels of imagination that maybe you don't quite believe you can be. You are that. Dream those big, lofty dreams of yours. What did James Allen say? The oak waits in the acorn. Bird dreams in the egg. It might be switched around. And in the highest vision of the soul, a sleeping angel stirs. That angel stirs in you. Dream lofty dreams. Because what you are is magnificent. Your life matters. If we could tell everybody that, or they could feel it deep inside themselves, your life matters. You may know it, you may feel it. If you do, share it, spread it, say it. Be it so bright on you that others see it and feel it for themselves. Your life matters. We're here for a reason, because of this light. Because of this spirit-giving knowingness. You are part of the divine sacred all. I see that in all of you. I feel that in all of you. You feel it in all of you. We feel it in ourselves. Others see it. When you walk down the street, or even in a Zoom, people see it. The light goes through. If you're comfortable doing this, look at someone, whether you know them or not, and see the light in them. Perhaps just give them a nod. See that light? Just give them a nod. Give them a nod. Nod all the folks listening from everywhere, across the globe. Or perhaps close your eyes and see it in yourself. These are basic truths. It's in all the literature, almost all of it. It's so basic. It's so basic to New Thought, and it's so huge. It is so huge. And I think sometimes, when the shadows seem a little darker, or life doesn't go the way we want it, it's like being in that dark place with that little crack. And then we can see that light coming through because the dark place. And sometimes, just tired, or wish things would get better, or wish change would come quicker. Or why can't things be like they were? And then look at that light that you are. Say, I'm here for a reason. We are here for a reason. Seems like I have to keep saying that to myself today. We are here for a reason. We are. Everybody, yeah. When I not just look at it, yeah, all those folks out there in the news, everything are here for a reason. We are light workers at the core of our being. And when there's shadows, when there's darkness, our light is transfiguration of the highest kind as we shine it out. Now let's consider, if you wish, to do a walking prayer, thinking about our feet touching the earth. Can we have some very quiet, like meditation music, please? Would you please give this table a round of applause or stand up? They do so much. If you are watching online, it's incredible. And I've been at a number of churches, and to see 4 people sitting at the tech table is incredibly wonderful, because they watch things. They watch for messages coming in. They make sure the mics and the sound are all working. They're aware of just so much. You're so grateful for them. So if you'd like to stand up and just gently walk around, you can kind of do it like this, or close your eyes. You don't have to interact with anybody if you don't want, but just hold prayer. Hold prayer. Think of yourself perhaps as a Buddhist monk, or a bright shining light that's radiating through the world. Doesn't matter what direction you go in. You can find a little spot or go in whatever you feel like. And if you're at home, you can walk around your living room. You're aware of each step, each being part of your foot touching Mother Earth, touching this floor, or the floor that you're at if you're at home or somewhere else, but also going down into the core of the earth. We heal our earth feels us. The light goes into the earth, and it stays in the footprints that you make in this time. The light imprint from your foot into the earth. Hear the music of the earth, just as Cynthia sang. Picture that light from your feet going across the globe. You might see in your mind's eye a person from another country walking with you, out walking today, feeling your energy and saying, oh, just had this feeling of this other being of light walking with me, holding love. There is love. I feel the love. Love is powerful energy. Perhaps you're walking with children in the world. Perhaps they hear your words. You are a magnificent human being. You might tell them, you are God's child. As Howard Thurman's grandmother told him, you are God's child. You've got this. The animals of the world feel our energy as they move in their own sacred ways. We bless them. Our ecosystems, our air, our water, our green forests, our polar ice caps. We send them light. We send them that incredible ability to adjust, to remain healthy and whole. We give love to our planet, our complete planet, an entity in itself, a consciousness of itself that feels our love, feels our love. And surely if there are on your heart or on your mind in this day, send prayer, send light, send your thoughts. You are a powerful stream of consciousness. Powerful stream of consciousness that touches others. As you breathe, you absorb even more light. You are so much more than even the highest vision of yourself. More powerful than you can even perhaps imagine right now. With a love so incredibly magnetic, translucent, transformative, that moves from you and touches others. You are a dreamer of bold dreams that are more than dreams. That have magic in them. Feel the energy of the earth. Coming up as if you were barefooted in a forest or on the seashore. Or by the side of a dear one that you were thinking of. Perhaps put your hands out in blessings to anyone you're thinking of. They feel it. And all that love, all that peace, all that healing, all that well-being returns to you, multiplied abundantly. And as you begin to bring yourself back to the moment, know, K-N-O-W, know that you are able to do this at any time. Acknowledge your bright light. Know the oneness and wholeness of all that you are. And to close with the words of Ernest Holmes, amazing man. I'm going to say this twice, once with the I and once with the we. I am guided by the same intelligence and inspired by the same imagination, which scatters the moonbeams across the waves and holds the forces of nature in its grasp. I'll do the we. We are guided by the same intelligence and inspired by the same imagination, which scatters the moonbeams across the waves and holds the forces of nature in your grasp. And so it is. Thank you very much for participating in the walking. That was powerful. You could feel the energy rising up of you.
Just have everyone just take a breath. There's no way we can just rip out of that. Well, in moving in that same vein, that same spirit, February is Black History Month. And so I was asked to sing a song that is very special to the community. But I realized through talking with people that not everybody realizes why it's special. So, I was like, well, we'll use this as a moment of education as well. So I want to read to you a little information about Lift Every Voice and Sing. Lift Every Voice and Sing holds immense significance as a cultural and historical landmark in the African American experience. The mic is a little hot now. Can you bring it down? So bring it down just a little bit. Thanks. Written in the 1900 by James Weldon Johnson and set to music by his brother, John Rosamond Johnson, the song initially served as a tribute to Abraham Lincoln's birthday. However, it quickly evolved into a symbol of resilience, hope, and unity for Black Americans. Its poignant lyrics speak to the struggles endured and the triumphs achieved by Black people throughout history, resonating deeply with generations of listeners. Often referred to as the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing serves as a reminder of the strength, perseverance, and unwavering spirit of the Black community in the face of adversity. Its enduring significance lies in its ability to inspire and uplift, fostering a sense of pride, identity, and solidarity among Black people worldwide, while also advocating for equality and justice for all. Whew, okay, I'm gonna take another breath. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
I think we can all go home. How do we follow up in all of that? That was gorgeous. Thank you, Marcia. That was beautiful. I cannot sing a note. So when someone sings a cappella, I am in awe. It was just beautiful. And our service today, oh, Reverend Bronte, that was fabulous.
It had a real special energy, didn't it? A very special energy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It was
Yes.
wonderful. So now we come to the part of our service for our conscious giving. Get my eyes from watering. It brought me to tears, Marcia. That was beautiful. Well, it's now time for conscious giving to our community. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is the practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in your bulletin. You can donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. You can also donate online using your personal Breeze account. If you donate online, either by using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contribution. If you did not pick one up at the door, you can get one from the usher. Now, as one, consciousness for prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Freely I give, freely I give, giving from my heart, from my soul. Freely I give, freely I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly, lovingly I give, lovingly I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. Thank you, Ronnie. And now comes to the exciting part of the day, the announcements. Da-la-da. I think we should have a drum roll, right? All righty. Our guest speaker next Sunday is our own, yay, let's hear it, drum roll, Dorothea Gates. We love our Dorothea. She is everything to us. Thursday night, remember, we have a study group that meets here on Thursday nights. You can do it on Zoom as well, but let Dorothea know that you're going to be doing that. The study group begins at 7:30. We're currently working with a book by Kathy Julene called It's About You. It is about you. Living fully, living free through the creative power of your thought. And everyone is welcome. And I know that we do have a visitor today. Pam is here from Minnesota. Hi, Pam.
It's a
Thank
good
you
place
for
to be
being with us.
It's a good place to be from today,
Yes.
isn't it?
I'm from Wisconsin, so she and I were
It's
sharing
cold.
snow, which we don't have much of up there, I understand, this year. So hooray. Well, welcome. And BJ's back with us, a friend of Reverend Bronte. So thank you both for being with us. I have a announcement for us. Mike has been in an accident. He is healing. He is in Florida in the hospital with his daughter. And Deborah, our wonderful Deborah Worthy, has written an affirmative prayer that I'd like to read for you all today. So keep Mike in mind. And of course, Lois, Dawn, and Connie, who fortunately went through a wonderful day on Friday and had good news from her doctor. So, but this is a healing prayer, and thank you, Deborah. It's beautiful. In this moment, let us close our human eyes as we view life through the eyes of spirit. We speak with authority, knowing that the truth of perfect health, wholeness, and well-being in mind, body, and spirit of Mike Gattain. Releasing the reality of this word into law with great gratitude, knowing that it is so. And so it is.
And so it is.
We'll keep you abreast of what is going on with Mike as we hear from his daughter. Okay, but he is healing, so that everyone knows that he is healing. Social media, you know we're on social media. I hope you all know we're on social media.
We know.
YouTube, Facebook, all kinds of things, Instagram. So make sure that you check us out whenever you are not in here with us. You can check us out on all of those things. And if you all would join me with our closing affirmation, let us stand and we'll say this together. And when it's over, we're all going to join in a circle, and wonderful Cynthia is going to lead us in our peace song. Yes, she will. Are you ready? We go forth today, knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good comes from us. Only good comes to us. And so it is. Woohoo!
Yes, there is peace on earth and and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With Spirit as Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other, perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment, live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Oh, thank you, everybody.